Welcome to Two Balls and a Mic. We are here on episode 93. Close, 7 episodes, 7 weeks away from episode 100. We got special stuff coming up through, but right now we are going to go ahead and talk about San Diego Loyal season ending over in San Antonio. We're going to go ahead and get into all of that and all of those details. We're also going to go ahead and talk Mexico versus USA World Cup qualifier this Friday in Columbus. We're going to talk about why exactly it's such a heated rivalry as of recently here. We're also going to go ahead and talk about Premier League. Manchester United loses the Manchester Derby. Oh boy, that was something. Chelsea tied, dropping points, but good thing everybody else also dropped points in the Premier League. Then we're going to go ahead and talk about NFL. Week 10 is coming up. We're going to talk about exactly how much we suck because everybody sucked at picks this week. And we're also going to go ahead and maybe accept and talk about some trades in our Two Balls and a Mic League because we are back. We are not dead this season just yet. I really thought we were dead in the water, but Chiva, you saved the season.
Yes,
for
I
us.
did.
And and now we're getting trade offers for players, and they're quite terrible. Like,
yeah, no.
God, like.
I mean, I think Wilson moved on from Danny and went straight ahead and started attacking us. We'll get to that, man. But let's start out with San Diego Loyal.
Do we have to?
As it was a disappointing weekend to be a San Diego Loyal fan. Lost their playoff match against San Antonio 2-0.
Oh boy.
So.
Oh boy, that's a scoreline that some people in San Diego Loyal are very much familiar with and have made a career out of. But, all right, so first of all, where were we last week? We were previewing the match against San Antonio. And again, we talked about how much we know San Diego. There were some questionable decisions that were made leading up to it. You didn't make... You didn't clinch home playoffs, even though you were selling already your deposits. It was pretty sad. Monday, because I looked at the app and it's like, hey, you still have a ticket pending, and it was the what would have been the playoff
awkward.
match. Never happened.
Very awkward.
Yeah, no, very, 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 very not ideal.
I mean, there's an elephant in the room that, as a San Diego Loyal fan, everyone's asking, and
some people are asking, yeah. Well,
where's Herzog? That's the thing, right?
That was something that was going to leave for a little bit, but it's all good.
My bad.
We can talk about it more when we talk about the actual lineup and what ended up being on the field. Let's see.
Bobby Austin back on goal.
All right, so you got Austin Guerrero, number 1. I like the color scheme of
this one. A little different.
So then you had Josh Yarrow coming back now. You know, he didn't get any of those warm-up games if he was set to actually be active for the playoffs.
And he didn't look bad.
Yeah, he didn't look bad.
He's solid, man. He's future MLS bound after the season. If nobody picks him up, I'd be really surprised. But that guy's a really good center back, man.
And then you had Callum Montgomery, also number 33, starting in the defense. You have Grant Stillman, number 5, Mr. Yellow Card. You have Elijah Martin also playing on there. So solid defense. No complaints there, I guess, because of what the situation is at this point, right? You know, Josh Yarrow, if he was set to play, he was set to play. Great. One thing that you did point out during the game early on was that you would have preferred, instead of Callum Montgomery,
Oliver Larraz to play on the right side. And then you put Elijah back to the left back position where he's played and shined all season. I get it. Callum Montgomery adds a lot of things defensively that Larraz doesn't. But, man, this is a game where you have to win. It's not about defending. You have to go and score the goals. And I think they lack that a lot from the wings, from the left back and the right back, especially Callum Montgomery, man. Just not a good performance from him. A couple mistakes here and there, and it ended up costing San Diego Loyal a semifinal match.
And we'll look at some highlights in a bit, just because there wasn't really much on either side, right? Because we'll talk about the play styles and what actually unfolded. You have Colin Martin, Charlie Adams, and Ibarra in the starting lineup, and then you have Jack Blake, number 7, again, coming back from injury. He's been getting minutes. He's been getting played. We've been saying before, even before any of the even before he was going to set to come back, we were talking about like, all right, well, I'm curious to see what the decision is when people start getting healthy and coming on back, who Nate and Landon were going to pick, because you're going to be, in a situation where you're going to have to make some tough decisions to make, especially with the way Toomey had been playing recently, your top scorer who doesn't make an appearance.
I mean, we kept saying that to other people. How it's Toomey Moshabani going to be your top scorer, your player of the year based on votes from fans.
Locals, yeah.
And you're not going to start him. Like, I get it. He hasn't been performing towards the end of the season the way he did all season, but he's playing way better than Jack Blake.
Yeah.
And Jack Blake, ever since the injury, he hasn't been the same. He hasn't gotten that rhythm back. And I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure they had to start him based on that. Like, he's for sure returning player. And they pay him. He's probably one of the highest paid players in that team.
Definitely.
So I'm pretty sure that played a big role in him getting the start. Also, his experience in playoffs. From
he
his
has the
previous
pedigree.
team, so.
Like he's proven it. But again, it would have been so much easier. Everything would have been so much better had you just clinched the home playoff berth up in Orange County.
Yeah, but the thing is, the way they were playing, I don't think they were going to win either way. I don't think they would have won the quarterfinal either way, even if it was at home.
Sure, I'll give you that maybe, but like that way, again, like I had been saying, you give Jack Blake some playing time under his belt, throw him over there, get some of the younglings in there, get Ben Spencer, up there, who, man, if we're talking about people who, if you're going to try to make a roster for next season,
he should not be on there.
Future,
I'm sorry.
and enjoy your future endeavors. Love you, love everything everybody did for the club. Like, this isn't any personal attacks on any individual player. It's just the perspective that we've had for this team over a 32-33 game period.
Yeah.
So, it just, I don't think it's going to work out. I don't know, man. But then you got Guido, who's starting. Then you have Augie up top, 26. Another.
By the way, Augie started off hot and then just terrible his last 2-3 games. Terrible.
His best friend wasn't there, and I mean, we can talk about that. And I think this is all we'll say, because we don't. Let's just start with, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
You don't know anything.
I don't.
I don't know anything. The people who know, we've talked with people who know the situation, and that's fine. It's not my position to necessarily pry it anymore, at least for this season. Like, it's going to be a question of like who's going to be here next season.
I guess really what we can say is that you could tell his absence on the field.
You can tell Corey's absence was felt through that last month.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't want to pry too much, because the answers that were given are answers that we're gonna get, and that's it. There's no, the people who know, hopefully everything's okay. As people, we didn't make it to the meet and greet. People said he wasn't there because of some family issues, and that was the reason that
you can tell the players were not 100% there in this game, man.
But he was very important, and even coming off the bench, the last time I saw him was Orange County playing. Like, that was the last time I remember him going in with Ben Spencer to try to get that, win over there. And so he freed Augie to do whatever he wanted. You get to drop Alejandro Guido because Herzog is playing in that position. You put Guido in the center mid position. Do you have to make a decision between Colin Martin and Charlie Adams? Yeah, maybe you do. Miguel Ibarra, drop him back as an option as a right back, as he had been.
That could have happened too.
So, that's the last time Alejandro Guido got team of the week, was playing in that position. And there's a lot of, what ifs in that situation. But either way, with the team that you fielded out there, you should have been, I'm not even going to say if you should have won, but you should have been at least more competitive, because
it looked bad. It looked really bad,
atrocious.
Man. Would you say the team was maybe mismanaged in a way? Better, not mismanaged, better tactics wise?
I'm not going to say that it was necessarily, even though maybe, yeah, probably, in a certain way. Why? Because you said it. I'm not saying it. You said it. How did you do it? Subbing Jack Blake out early in the first half.
Yeah.
Like,
You fix your mistakes, right?
Yeah.
And Landon showed that very quickly in this game. He realized that was a mistake, and you had to waste a sub in the first half. That could have been avoided had you started Toomey. But that's what happens in a playoff game like that. Sometimes mistakes are going to happen, and that's fine.
And you got to adjust.
And he did that.
He did. Did it work? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that it actually
obviously
worked.
It didn't work.
No, exactly. And this one game, this last month, was just like a look at why San Diego Loyal had started 0-4, why it was so inconsistent.
This gave me memories from those first 4 games.
This was a microcosm of everything that can go wrong with San Diego Loyal. Give credit to San Antonio because, I don't know, PC, San Antonio.
That guy's beast, man.
Oh, no, I don't want to stop something. What does it say?
Are you sure you wish to remove aux screen?
No, it's not. Yeah, let's not fuck up OBS. Is there anything in los comentarios?
No.
Cool.
619 Soccer said, hindsight, horrendous choice to start Blakey. Yeah, 100%.
Well, that's the thing. You had hindsight based on other games, too.
Yeah.
Like, you save Blake, you throw him Oshabani, you give the team more speed at the beginning because they are a defensive team. You open up the play, you tire them out, and then at the end, if you need that experience, if you need that type of play from Jack Blake, you could throw him in there in different positions too. Maybe you don't ask him to be outside on the wing because, maybe he's not 100%. He can be a little bit more central position, doesn't have to run as much.
San Diego San said, Texas knew we thought they were going to sit back and foul, and they switched it up and pressed us and shut our game down. And you mentioned something there in the game.
So yes. I said, and it was mentioned by Landon in those little episodes of behind the scenes leading up to the playoffs, was that they pointed out that this team is dirty. They play on the counter. They don't have a lot of possession, but they win. And that's the one recipe against San Diego Loyal. Look at what Orange County does. They wait for the error, they counterattack really well, and they punish you. And that's, it's a recipe for disaster for San Diego Loyal. But I think that because that mentality was had going into it, you kind of move away a little bit from your style of play. Yeah, you still had possession. You still did everything you wanted to. But now you're caught up on doing something extra, which is being physical, which is being a little dirty, which is like knocking them down a little bit, which they're not necessarily used to. And when they did it, les salió mal. It didn't work out. Why? Because you got early yellow cards. It backfired completely. And then you're just caught backpedaling at that point. Oh man, it's clear that Blake isn't ready to go. Now you have to make a sub early on. You're just having all these, just a cavalcade of errors. Not that, again, there was a lot of stuff happening offensively for San Diego Loyal because, again, it looked very much like early San Diego Loyal when you dominate the midfield. You have a all right defense, 1 or 2 mistakes, one by Grant Stoneman in the first goal, just leads you to get punished, and then you just can't come back from that game. And that's exactly what happened. And, 71% possession from San Diego Loyal to 29. Earlier on the Fairweather podcast, Sean Kelly, the statistician, mentioned that they only had 3 shots on target. Yeah. San Antonio. 2 of them went in. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if that's not efficiency versus 15, one shot on target.
No, it's super inconsistent from San Diego Loyal in this game. And again, it was memories from those first 4 games of the season, right? Where they just looked completely lost, not together. They couldn't find their style of play. And it sucks that they moved away from what they're used to and what they know. Mm-hmm. Just because it's playoffs and nerves kick in and you start overthinking things. And as a coach, I'm pretty sure you think, wow, okay, we might need to try some new things instead of sticking to what you know and the players know already. And, I mean, it's a mistake. Like you've mentioned this before. Landon is a first, second-year coach. He's a brand-new coach. Yeah. And he's going to learn through his mistakes. He's a rookie when it comes to coaching. Yeah. So he's going to make these mistakes, and I think a lot of us have the expectations, Landon's a tactical genius. He's Landon Donovan, right? He's a rookie when it comes to coaching, man.
Yeah, he's getting there, and he's
going to make mistakes.
Nobody's going to tell you that before he himself does. Yeah. So, like, he owns it. He knows it. You can't necessarily put all of it on there because he's, at the end of the day, not playing.
Yeah, no, exactly.
He's not playing.
100%.
With the people who were playing, I think they just didn't have any idea of how to start, where to start. The creativity wasn't there. You had a lot of chances where, just like San Diego Loyal early on, you have a ball outside the box, you have a chance to shoot, but you decide to pass it back, pass it to the side. Sometimes you just got to take those shots, get a corner out of it, even if it goes outside. Like, just take those opportunities that weren't getting played. But even then, like, the thing that hurts the most.
Yes.
The thing that
I'm pretty sure I know where this is going.
After all of this, everything happened. This wild ass season, first time in playoffs, and you made such a shindig about wanting to get a home playoff, and it would have been great reward for all the fans, for all the front office. We talked to Ricardo, interim president, San Diego Loyal. Like, I'm sure you would have loved it. Everybody would have loved it. Phoenix lost.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been fantastic, right?
Yeah.
I know why you're laughing.
Yeah, so, I mean, it would have been fantastic. It would have been great. It was, and I expressed to a couple people, like, just watch. Like, just watch. Phoenix is going to lose.
Man, dude.
And they did. And you would have had your home playoff match.
On a semifinal for the Western.
On a semifinal against a team that you've
RGB.
You've kind of studied, you kind of know for one game.
Oh man, we would have seen Vicente Sanchez live.
Damn it.
Man.
But, that didn't happen, and it is what it is, man. Like, we were at Stone, I had some people that wanted to go to Stone, so we took them over and they watched it, and I don't know what is happening. Nor do I necessarily, like, I obviously care, but, like, nor do I actually care the who, what, when, why's, when. It would have been nice had everybody been together. It would have been nice.
Yeah. I mean,
and you know what? Everybody has their reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the chavos. Shout out to the locals. Shout out to anybody who wants to make their own little sect of whatever San Diego Loyal fandom is. Maybe even, you know what? If there was nothing happening, it was Friday. Maybe there was something. Like, open up Torero, $5 ticket. Let's all watch the game on the big screen TV, like on the scoreboard. But something to, put us a little bit more connected in that sense. Again, not that that would have happened, not that that would have changed any sort of outcome for the actual game, but congratulations to everybody that involved, because it's this 1.5-year team, season 1 version 2 of a professional soccer team here in San Diego, and they made playoffs, and so many people get involved. Again, everybody through the office, through us, through whatever. Like, it's something really cool, but man, does it leave a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one to kind of dwell on something like that, but honestly, this hit a little different, right? Mm-hmm. This is a team that we got to watch live and kind of start from the beginning. And I made a tweet, and like, I was like, wow, I just want to thank San Diego Loyal for giving me this chance. Like, honestly, like, I've been living the dream, just going down there, and like that's always one of my dreams, just being down on the field, getting to ask coaches questions about the game, breaking it down. Like, the fact that they gave me that chance to do it meant a lot, and I'm looking forward to the next season.
Yeah,
really am.
It's so different. So, all right, soccer hooligans. Yikes. It's so interesting because I've never been a fan of a team where I get to talk to the players and like get to know them. Exactly. And like you're saying,
it's so different. And
you see people like, Austin, who worked his ass off to make it into the team after, Trey Muse goes down, knowing Trey Muse a little bit, talk to him leading up to a couple of these games.
Seeing Jack Metcalf, even though he was injured, getting out of his car and walking to the game. Hey, what's up, Jack?
What's up, Jack? Him saying hi to you, Landon, even, Nate, just everybody, just being able to
connect. This guy asked me,
connect.
Oh, so what do you think about Man U? Like, all in, or like, do you think I was like, wow, like, this guy's
all in.
A professional soccer player is literally asking me my opinion on my
Jack,
favorite team. So I'm like, dude, it's crazy.
And you know what? Thank you for everybody who, busted their ass for the city. Because again, this isn't, anything else other than representing San Diego. So it was fun while it lasted. Hopefully we'll see what the next year's roster looks like. Jack Blake's going to be on it. Hopefully a little bit more rested.
I think we can talk about that maybe next week, like get into like specific players.
Why not? Because
just because I feel like that would take a lot of time.
Yeah, 100%.
So I mean, I just want to say I love every single player in this team, but Oh, you're gonna show highlights.
I mean, why not? Like
Ben Spencer on the bench. If I see Ben Spencer on the roster next year, I'm gonna lose my shit. No hate to the guy. I just hate your style of play, man. Like, and I'm sure you're 100 times better than me.
And that's the thing too. Like, they got scored on set pieces, man. Like
always.
Like balón parado, güey. Like it's like.
Wait, why is it every team we root for? Mexico, Chivas,
it's
loyal, like set pieces. We're horrible at defending them.
Hey, San Diego Wave, you should probably get good at them.
Please do. Man.
Wave singular, yes. But yeah, so set piece is something that they struggled with all season, something that they practiced all season. I've seen them practice, man.
Neta,
and
like defending them.
Okay,
but again, we're terrible at set pieces.
Well, yeah. So I mean, it's just like a draw.
It was like, hey, man, we're protecting our set pieces really good at practice. We should be fine. Again, if Grant Stoneman jumps in this play,
just a little bit, just a
little Mario jump. Yahoo! That's it.
Good.
That's it.
Stupidly good. And
this was early in the game too, man.
Yeah.
Talk about a dagger. Like, this set the tone of this game, and you could tell the players were not into this game, man.
I mean,
blame it on the jet lag. I don't know.
I don't even know what to blame it on, because again, you can make excuses. You can do everything.
Look at Jack Blake losing that ball right there. Oh my god,
losing it really easy. Fouling, 3 fouls. None of them get called because of advantage, and that was a good stop by Austin. But even then, it was minute 15, and they were just on top of you. This could have been worse. This could have ended up worse. And again, you saw.
¿Qué pedo, güey? What was that? Stoneman again? Oh man, I want PC on Loyal next season.
Yeah, I don't know.
I really want
his name is PC. Like it's.
I don't know, but that guy's good.
Like,
that guy's fucking good.
I think there's one, like, there was a corner that they saved.
Like, Augie needs to score this, bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro, he's been so inconsistent the last few games. And I don't think he's coming back next year, even though if it's on loan.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they look for a better striker.
Oh, man.
Like, there's no way Miguel Berry comes back, right? I think that guy's set in stone in Columbus Crew, and even man, he's been getting minutes. So
yeah. So I mean,
those were the highlights, guys. It was not pretty for San Diego Loyal whatsoever.
Indubitably. So I mean, we're gonna not necessarily take a break. Yeah, we'll take a break a little bit, but like we're not gonna lead with San Diego Loyal unless there's some kind of breaking news story. We are gonna try to get, still haven't had Landon on. As far as like here,
I really wish we could have had him like to preview this game on Friday. That would have been dope.
Yeah, no, that would have been dope. I mean, he's gonna be in a bad mood, and
he's on vacation. I'm pretty sure he's on vacation right now.
Everybody's on vacation right now, and
why not?
It is what it is. Like you made playoffs, so playoffs. We'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, that was a text.
They didn't come up.
I know.
I get Tony's notifications on this laptop. So
Stop.
Get to see what they message.
I need to stop that. Anyway, so I mean, anything else for San Diego Loyal, man? Because like
Landon Donovan, man, like
Landon Donovan.
It's a love-hate relationship for us with Landon.
So I mean,
we love him, everything he's doing for San Diego.
But now it's time to turn the page because it's World Cup qualifiers and it's USA
Season's
versus
over.
Mexico.
I fucking hate Landon
Friday.
Donovan now.
We can't we don't like Landon right now because now it's Loyal's done. He's on vacation. He's probably gonna watch and cheer on Christian, as he call him, and
Pepe,
Pepe and Serginho.
On his boss Yetlin.
Oh, that's so weird.
Right? That's
actually pretty weird.
He's the owner. That's his boss, right?
Well, I mean, co-boss because Landon is part owner too. But
hey, Landon, how was it like watching your boss play on Friday? Because he's gonna start, I think.
Yeah, that's wild.
Because Serginho Dest, Barcelona.
So there's this awesome video. Landon provoked international beef with Mexico by trash talking, peeing, and winning.
Shout out to Secret Base.
Secret Base on YouTube's. So it's just a little reminder of like why personally, like I lived through growing up with his career, and it's crazy how like recent some of these things were, like 2000, like 2001, like
20 years ago.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
We do not own any content from this video.
Yeah, no. But this is some of the reasons why Landon Donovan is a controversial figure. Is that right? No,
Yeah, I guess. Like, me caga.
Like a good heel. In the 2000s, the long-standing soccer rivalry between Mexico and the United States reached a new level thanks to one talented, relentless, and extremely obnoxious American player.
That's the best way to describe him, right?
I saw this video coming up. I was like, all right, I guess I'll watch it. And as soon as it started like this and he got described this way, my blood started boiling and like, God damn it. Like, yeah. It's that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
While Landon Donovan was involved, this rivalry looked more like beef.
Beef history.
Mexico's men's national soccer team lost to the United States in a 1934 World Cup qualifier.
Yep. Don't you forget that.
And then they dominated the U.S. for the rest of the century. When the ball dropped on Y2K, Mexico's all-time record versus the U.S. in international men's football was 27-9-5. That's across tournaments in the Americas, friendlies, and World Cup qualifiers, although no meetings in the actual World Cup.
That's right.
Mexico dominated, especially at their daunting, high-altitude home field, Estadio Azteca in Mexico City.
Only thing I'll ever respect from
America. In the 1990s, the U.S. claimed a couple victories, more than usual, and during that same time, new talent was coming up the pipeline. Landon Donovan grew up in Southern California, where he
He's had that hairstyle forever.
As a teenager, Donovan joined Florida's famous IMG Academy, where he showed immense promise. Donovan assumed a starring role on the United States U17 team.
The real Slim Shady. Please stand up.
We're gonna have a problem here.
Y'all like to go somewhere. Donovan began a pro career in Germany and also rose up the ranks of his national program.
Yeah, he's definitely not coming on after this.
No, probably not.
Came just short of a medal in the 2000 Olympics, and later that year, he got called up to play with the senior team. Donovan's first playing time for USMNT came as a surprise during an October 2000 friendly against Mexico. When Chris Henderson limped off the field with an injury, Coach Bruce Arena called on Donovan to get his cleats tied
number
and
13,
get out there. All of a sudden, Landon was on.
That's such a weird number to have.
Second half, minutes into his debut, Donovan received a perfect ball from Clint Mathis, wiggled past the Mexico keeper, and poked home the first international goal of his senior career. Soon thereafter, Donovan received another great ball down the left side and turned that into his first assist.
No Ochoa?
The U.S. beat Mexico 2-0, or as they say in Spanish, 2-0.
A score line that to this day still surrounds Landon Donovan now as a coach in losing 2-0.
Hey, I don't want to hear that from him anymore.
18-year-old sub who relished every minute of his debut in front of a Los Angeles crowd that included plenty of Mexico fans. That match was the U.S.'s second straight victory over Mexico. And then they won 2 of the next 3 meetings. Entering the 2002 World Cup, momentum in this rivalry resided north of the border.
See, I was freaking 5 for the 2002 World Cup.
I was 9, 10.
So you remember?
Fuck yeah, I remember.
I was 5, güey. Like,
wouldn't you know
no
it,
me acuerdo,
that
güey.
tournament gave us the highest stakes matchup in the history.
When Mexico tied against Italy, and I woke up at 2, 3 a.m. to watch that, and I was so happy when Jared would get scored that beautiful header, and oh man,
of this neighborly rivalry.
It got out of Group D with Portugal.
Ni tenía dos, dijo el 6-9 Soccer.
Each squad advanced out of group play into the knockouts.
Octavos de final, bro.
On June 17th, 2002,
round of
for the
16.
first time ever, Mexico and the United States faced off in a World Cup match. One would send the other home from Korea.
Like, finally, al quinto juego, ¿no? Is that what everyone would think? Like, al fin, al quinto juego?
Yeah.
Man, that would have been...
When did this come out? See, this is 2003. This is like a
Right
really
after.
like charged time in America.
You cannot play this song.
Absolutely not.
whatsoever.
Like we cannot play Frijolero by Molotov. But again, like if you listen to that song, like it's just like like that's how charged things were here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Like immigration law was like a hot topic. It was 2002, the year after 9/11. Like things at the border were a little dicey. I know because I was crossing every day.
Donovan highlighted Mexico's dislike for the U.S. and went as far as accusing Mexico of dirty play when things weren't going their way.
That's like all the South Americans, they play dirty. Like, okay, just group us with that. All right, that's fine.
Central
Final
Americans.
nail came from Donovan, who headed home a perfect cross from Eddie Lewis in the 65th minute. Off came Landon's top, and out came
That's
the
a yellow
opponent's
card.
frustration. The shocked Mexican side
Manuel
answered
Vidrio.
not with a goal, but
Shout
with
out
a
Manuel Vidrio.
parade of
El papá de
fouls.
Néstor Vidrio,
I
¿no?
count 6 bookings in the final 25 minutes, including Rafael Marquez's red card.
He had it coming.
The U.S. eliminated Mexico
He had
and
it
advanced to their first World Cup
Ese fue un
quarterfinal.
codazo así, ¿no? En el
Final
puro
score
ojo.
of
Yeah.
2-0.
He had it coming.
A scoreline that
Otro
would be
Siempre, 2-0, 2-0.
2-0,
this era. American players held on to what they perceived as pre-game arrogance from the Mexican side and the rough play of those final minutes.
You know what? Like, you can call it whatever you want. And here's the thing. The U.S. is so much better at every other sport than
Yeah.
any other world.
Yeah, dude. Like even the
Soccer,
sports that don't
football
matter.
is the one thing that we have as Mexicans over the U.S. Besides Canelo right now.
Oh yeah.
Or boxing straight up. But this is the one thing. And the thing is, it's the biggest sports in Mexico. It's the biggest sport in Mexico. It's what we pride ourselves in. It's our love and passion. And for the U.S. to, at this time, especially this time, like that year, like what, less than 10% of the country was into soccer?
Don't
in the
worry.
US?
Our boy Landon is gonna make shed light on that.
Donovan himself later claimed that during that match, Mexico forward Luis Hernandez threatened to find and kill his mother.
Hey
On the
man.
other
Es
side,
cagar
just
palo, güey.
pure
I
Aguántate.
called him the matador for some reason.
Aguántate,
So,
güey. Aguanta
USA
vara.
versus Mexico had some extra juice. And speaking of juice,
Uh-oh.
2004 was a big year for
Oh,
a
man.
rivalry that looked more and more like beef. Back with the U23 national
Beef.
team in February, Donovan participated in a pre-Olympic qualifying tournament
Preolímpicos.
in Mexico. Donovan led his countrymen into the knockout stage, setting up a critical semifinal match against the host country.
Yep.
Hostility had already found the Americans. Throughout the tournament, the Mexican crowd chanted the
Fucked
name
up.
Osama. as
fucked
in
up.
Osama
Ah,
bin
see,
Laden.
100%.
that's crossing
All
a
right.
line.
Fucked up.
Donovan and company.
Okay,
that
as,
one.
as
the
Mexican
Mexican
Americans,
fans hated them.
no, that's
Natural
out of
response.
line.
Yeah.
That's out of line.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry.
Like, yeah, like,
You got that one.
yeah,
Point
that
you,
one's,
US.
that one's fucked up.
God bless America. Never forget. Like I'm all for that. Like
Yeah, I mean, yo tenía 5. ¿Fue en 2002 eso? No.
One.
Yo tenía 4.
yeah. You know,
I just remember my dad like picked me up from school, and I was so surprised because that never happens because he worked in America.
I make fun of this friend because he's good looking chap. Good. I think he's 30, turning 30, and he has a significant other that he, I'm grateful that they're together and they're all happy. But when you ask her, hey, do you remember 9/11? She's like, oh, it was 6 months.
Yikes.
Anyway, here we go.
Response to their recent dominance in the rivalry. But Donovan objected to the political
Wait,
nature
that means
of
he's
those
21?
chants
Yeah.
And he's 30?
and added
You're
that
like,
even
oh,
the
I'm
target of
starting.
attacks he called crude and personal. It says a lot about who they are.
Who we?
Oh,
who
okay.
we are?
Hey.
Who we are?
Hey, do I?
To preface this, Landon Donovan has said that he was young and he did not know he made comments. So
Okay, hey, like
Yeah.
is that borderline the R word?
Hey.
I mean,
Donovan again accused them of
Hey.
being dirty, nasty, of spitting and coughing and grabbing opponents where they shouldn't. Whatever the case,
no lo pongas.
Landon didn't do himself any favors.
Yeah, he didn't.
There was an
Really didn't.
incident.
yeah.
The incident. The thing that I asked him. The first time I met him. The one thing.
Day before the Mexico
The day
match,
before the Mexico.
The camera crew caught Donovan peeing.
We're
on a
recording
practice
on
field
phones.
Yeah.
We're using a phone mic.
Hey, Landon.
First thing you asked him, why did you pee at Jalisco, bro? Like, you have that clip?
I think I do.
Oh, man. You
Yeah,
might have to look for that later.
No, I know where that. I know where that. I know it's here somewhere.
Bro, but like, I was shocked. You told me and I didn't believe you.
Yeah, no.
Because again, we were
yeah.
barely starting the podcast. Like, you tell me you're gonna do this now, I'm 100% believe you. You're gonna do it. But at the time, I was like, este güey no le va a preguntar eso a Landon.
Yeah, I led like, hi, my name is Tony, and by the way, Landon, why? ¿Por qué, güey?
That was, man.
I know where it's gonna be.
Te pasas de lanza con esa pregunta. Te pasaste de lanza.
But again, like that's all I knew him for, and that's the thing. That's a testament to the genuine guy that he himself is, right? Like we're shitting on him right now just because of the context of what he did back in the day, and yeah, like he made some dumb comments, and we'll come back to it right now. But he's a good guy, and like once you get to meet him, like he's a good guy. Like, what do you want me to do? Like like people are like, how could you be friends? Like no, like like here it is.
Did we ever post that? Man, look at this.
What's up, guys? Landon Donovan here, and you're listening to Two Balls and a Mic podcast.
Thank you, Landon. Why did you pee on Jalisco? It was right before, like literally right before the camera rolled.
I can't believe he actually said that after. Like, that's him being really nice, right? Like, respecting
bro.
people.
He was gonna leave. Remember, like he was about to leave.
Estadio Jalisco in Guadalajara.
He's a
The
good
headlines
guy.
from
Yeah,
this
he
moment
is.
Are terrific.
Pero por qué
I
te
think you
orinaste?
can guess what orino means.
It means
and
pee.
That second one is about him watering the grass.
Why did you water the grass?
Riega el
the Mexican
pasto.
side dominated the actual game in a 4-0 romp
Like
led by 2
like
goals
90%
from
of the
Rafael
time?
Marquez, earning themselves a 2004 Olympic berth.
Can't believe that was a trophy.
While the American women won gold in Athens, the men's side wasn't even there to watch because of Mexico. In the meantime, Donovan's pee incident continued to generate buzz. American officials initially said it didn't happen, but people had seen the video and
There was video,
couldn't
bro.
be denied. Donovan
I've
didn't
never
say
seen the
much
actual
for a
video.
little
I'm
while.
gonna look for it.
We'll come back to that. While the U23 team faltered, the U.S. senior team,
I like
also
those uniforms.
featuring Landon, maintained its edge in the rivalry through 2004.
And then at the time,
2005
Mexico was
brought
Nike
back
too.
some stakes.
Yeah.
Because all the
World
Nike one
Cup
had the circle.
qualification. 2 Mexico-U.S. matches, one in each country. That first game in Mexico City was relatively quiet.
Because it was those total 90 eras.
Donovan insisted the U.S. had a mental edge over Mexico, even at their high-altitude home stadium, and the 23-year-old did help set up a goal in his first ever Azteca appearance. But the U.S. fell by a score of 2-1. Mexico maintained its dominance at home. Then came the U.S. leg of the qualifiers, a
Columbus.
September meeting in Columbus, Ohio, Team USA's de facto home. Perhaps
I didn't know how big Columbus was, like in U.S. soccer, because like again, we're learning about like a Jamaica soccer. So
See,
perhaps
güey.
emboldened by his home turf, or
I mean, you
by
can't have
prominent
this
Mexican
game
goalkeeper
at the
Osvaldo.
Rose Bowl.
yeah, no,
'Cause
because it's 100%.
95% is going to
95%
be
Mexican.
Mexican fans.
Sanchez made about his mother, Donovan had a lot to say before the rematch. He said Mexicans didn't have lives beyond soccer. Players, coaches, fans, soccer was all they had. It made beating them.
Well, it's
even
the soccer
sweeter.
not mean that
If
much
they
to
were
you,
nice
Landon?
people, Donovan said he wouldn't feel that way.
I mean,
he eagerly wanted to beat
if they were
Mexico,
nice people?
and he expected to, saying the U.S.
Again,
was a better
using
team at any venue,
that
but
Generalizing all of us? All of us?
All of us.
You gotta be careful with your words, Landon.
Anyway, Donovan said
People get
Mexico
sensitive
could
nowadays.
never really
To be
claim revenge for
perfectly
02,
clear, he did
unless they truly return the favor by
say
beating
that
the
he was
US
young and
in the
stuff.
World Cup.
Yeah,
So,
of
this
course.
time around, the U.S. got the W, while Donovan
So was Bill
squandered his
Cosby.
own opportunity to
Not fighting
score on
anyway.
an empty net. DeMarcus Beasley's goal in the 50th
DeMarcus.
minute produced that
DeMarcus.
familiar final
Okay,
score.
wait, I'm sorry, but Me and Tony have worked, like, again, we work elementary schools, and
we've met some characters, and we've met some interesting people naming
there's a parent that named his kid that name.
This dude does not speak a lick of English.
And Tony asked him once,
like, because it was like it's not Martinez, but it's
he didn't even spell it right.
The Marcos Martinez, like, oye, vato, like where'd you come up with the Marcos? Like, because like his other kid was Diego. Okay, like the Marcos and Diego, like, all right. And the kid did not look like a DeMarcus, I'll tell you that much.
To be fair, DeMarcus was his first name, middle name Isaac.
DeMarcus. He's like, no, like, I named him because of DeMarcus Beasley. And I'm like, wait, le vas a Mexico? Like, you're a Mexico fan. Like, oh, whatever.
At the time, I think he was playing in Puebla.
I think so. Yeah, which is
I don't know if he's from Puebla or not, but to name your kid after that guy, like, what? So random.
Cup clinching victory.
2-0 otra vez.
Siempre 2-0,
He
güey.
did it in 2 different languages. He expressed his never-ending desire.
La rivalidad con los mexicanos subió de tono en 2002.
Crying. He said the goals Mexico surrendered to the U.S. made them look stupid.
Hey.
They stink. Hopefully they'll shut up now for a few.
Wow,
years.
he doesn't talk
You
like
know
that.
what,
He
dude?
doesn't like.
You know
He doesn't
what?
talk like
I
that in
love
post-game
it.
interviews anymore.
I love it. I kind of wish he talked like that. I kind of wish he talked like
I
that.
really did. Yeah, that would be dope.
Hey,
Well, what's your take on Phoenix right now? They stink.
I think they are.
Wait, Landon, I can't hear you. Landon, can you speak up a little bit?
Because they don't have.
Landon, can you speak up a little bit into the mic?
It's because they that's all they have is soccer and Chandler, and that's all they know. So that it's even better when you beat.
If they didn't respect the U.S., then they better keep learning because the U.S. was the best team in the region.
Okay.
All right. All
He said
right.
they could win it, which didn't
Neither
exactly
team won
pan
it.
out
All
for
right.
Germany.
Neither team won in Germany. But guess what?
Neither
Mexico
team
made it
will.
out of Group D, but they never got
Octavos.
the rematch they wanted because
México
the US
siempre sale
ate
del grupo.
shit in Group E.
Siempre.
Because the
One
U.S.
of the
sucked.
U.S.'s
in that
first
World Cup.
opportunities to rebound from that miserable World Cup was a February 2007 exhibition in Arizona against Mexico. And surprise, the friendly wasn't very friendly.
Not a fan.
Donovan
This game is
invaded
ne-
his old
these games
foe,
are never
Sanchez,
friendlies.
to make the
Sí,
score
vato.
2-0, and Sanchez retaliated.
And I
Yes.
hate
Our-
anyone
our-
that says otherwise.
Friend of the podcast. Hey, Osvaldo
After
tripped.
the loss, Mexican players
Friend of the
I have a
podcast.
picture signed by Osvaldo Sanchez.
Jimmy Conrad is actually right behind. Our friend Jimmy Conrad actually scored in that. That's the
Yeah.
roll the clip. Famous Jimmy
Mhm.
Conrad clip.
Yeah.
So screw the U.S.
refused to shake hands with the Americans, and Donovan scolded them for bad sportsmanship. Later that year, in the
Okay.
How about not pissing on my territory? Literally.
lead up to the CONCACAF Gold Cup final,
Jeez.
Donovan kept going. Speaking to a Mexican sports periodical, Donovan said the U.S. was Mexico's daddy, said they were better in football terms,
Daddy
said
chill.
Mexico was no longer the giant of CONCACAF, and singled out his disdain for the behavior of the Mexican keeper, Sanchez.
This guy's
All right.
disrespecting
All right.
your, like, God.
And again, that's how I felt. Like that's what led to me feeling the way I feel about the person that I ended up meeting, that I ended up liking a lot. Like damn, like why do you have to be so like down to earth and cool, Landon? Like I was so fun hating you, and it was so easy, and it just added to it. Like right, like
I still hate him a
Like-
little bit. Like, right now I do.
yeah, I
Right
mean,
now,
like that's
watching
just
this.
you know he is never gonna leave. A little bit. It's like when in Hercules, right? Like he's just stayed a little human, a little like a god, not 100% human. Like he was just like it's just that little.
The first half of that final made it look like Donovan might eat his words. Sanchez made some incredible
Qué
saves,
cracker Osvaldo
while
Sanchez.
Tim
Qué
Howard
crackera.
watched the ball roll into the middle, where Mexico's Andres Guardado punched it home.
Bebe
great.
Guardado.
Boom, I remember this
But
game,
when
bro.
Mexico
Atlas
slipped up
Guardado.
and committed a
How old were you
Yes.
here?
What year was this? 2004,
4, 5,
I was like
6, 7, 7.
7. I was
Kicking Fonseca time.
10 years old.
Okay.
So
penalty in the
ya
box.
más trucha,
It
viendo
was Donovan who
fútbol.
got to rub it in with a tiny
Lo vi en la
goal.
casa de mi tía solo.
Look at the relief in that celebration. And Landon's relief held.
I was
The
so
US
worried.
went on to
Every
win the
time the
final
U.S.
2-1.
was playing Mexico, I would always get so worried. I still do.
Yeah.
And
Because they might just win.
I get worried more now because we know more people that can talk shit to us. But before, I was like any game that I would watch, say like it was a clásico or something, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, si Chivas pierde, a la carrilla que me van a dar en la escuela y esto.
This is why I'm interested. Yeah.
And for the Mexico games, I was like, man, I really hope like Mexico doesn't lose. But I'm like, who's gonna talk shit? Like nobody goes for the U.S. Like we're all gonna be talking shit.
This is why I'm really interested to see like how this like episode, if people listen to it, because they will, where we receive when they get to this point, like what the fuck are you doing? Like talking about Landon this way. This is the manager. This is the coach. Like this is like your friend. You like, hey, you know what? That's part of the greatness of it, right? Like everybody gets to kind of put down the San Diego Loyal supporters group, like locals, chavos, whatever. Like Jerry, like Jerry's, you know, shout out Chido FC. Check out his stuff on the twits and the pods. But we're rival podcast right now. Like it's U.S. versus Mexico, buddy, and you're on the wrong side, so. It's all good. You can choose inferiorness, but we won the
Nations League.
Nations League. Oh, we won the Nations League. Oh my God, we won
the Gold Cup. That means nothing now.
We won the Gold Cup. The Gold Cup. It's the best. It's the best thing that we've done, and it's a trophy. And you know, we're
it's so petty. I love it. I love it.
And you know what? Who do you have to thank to make because you made the last World Cup that one year, and the World Cup last year. Oh, you guys didn't make that one.
Oh shit,
buddy.
But we saved you. We saved you in 2014.
What about the Olympics?
This is the pettiest episode we've had. Holy shit, I fucking love it.
For another year or two,
again,
Donovan kept talking. He relished Mexican fans.
He
was flattered.
Wait,
and he backed it up. Like that's what I gotta respect.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of backed it up.
Yeah.
Like it was a pain in the ass. Whenever like it was dangerous. Like he was playing for Galaxy. You saw him playing overseas, but.
And Mexico's mounting pressure to reverse that trend revealed mental weakness.
I'm gonna tell you the moment that I actually hated Landon.
When he went
you can't pass Leandro
Augusto, the great
Pumas midfielder. My God, dude, this guy was good before, but they called him too late.
Yeah.
That's
like Bolso. Like, what are we doing?
Rivalry 09 bolstered that sentiment. It had been a decade.
When was it you hate him?
It's gonna come up, I think.
Including Donovan's whole senior career since Mexico beat the U.S. outside Mexico City. Defeating a Donovan-less B team in the 09 Gold Cup final didn't quite break that pattern in any satisfying way for Mexico. Neither did another win at El Azteca in August. Although fans did seize the opportunity that night to pelt Donovan with all manner of garbage while he was taking a corner.
Classic.
What you got a little urine on you? You got a little vomit on you? You got a little excretion?
It could have been worse. Like in South America, they do worse. They throw batteries.
Yeah.
Like they did that to Chivas in the Libertadores against Boca Juniors. Like it could have been worse.
Sorry,
than a little cup with some of your urine from Jalisco.
We don't condone any of this.
No, we don't. Of course not.
Truly all manner of garbage, if you believe the reports. But Mexico still hadn't beaten Donovan away from their home base until finally, in 2011, our rivals.
How old were you in 2011, boy?
14.
Met in a Gold Cup final in LA, back where Landon made.
So you were 14 when you saw it?
11 years prior.
Yeah.
Landon was up to his
that
old
final.
tricks. He scored to make it 2-0 and then did what appears to be the
Here, that celebration. So,
allegedly.
So, we went to that stadium, to Rose Bowl, my brother, my dad, and I, and we had excellent seats, super close to the field, because before they would sell the tickets right when the Gold Cup started.
Yeah.
So, he got the tickets, not knowing who was going to make the final. Hopefully, it was going to be Mexico-US. That's usually what the final is. Mm-hmm. We go and they're up 2-0, right? And Landon does that celebration, the pollito dance. And
allegedly.
The way I took it is, este está cagando. So, like, he's talking shit to illegal immigrants because they call him pollitos.
Pio.
Like, the racism that was felt in that stadium was real, man.
In the stadium, not
fans
his
taking out, like, not him, stadium fans.
Yeah.
Like, Caucasian fans in particular.
Yes.
Like, taking out their driver's license and citizenship papers and showing them to Mexicans. And
Yikes.
me as 14 seeing this and then seeing Landon celebrate this, in my mind, I'm like, fuck this guy.
Interesting.
Like, I hate this guy.
Huh.
Like,
Wow.
with the passion.
But guess what, Chiva?
This was shaping up to be another 2-0 result.
At
I would
halftime,
be
my brother was
demoralized,
done.
but
He was
the
like, are we going to leave? Like, before, by the 2-0, he told my dad and told him, ya valimos, ¿verdad, pa?
Oh.
Like, así le dijo. And I was like, man, shut the fuck up, dude. Like,
Mexicans were not.
do we have
Pablo
a
Barrera
chance?
scored soon thereafter. Then Mexico just poured it on to snatch away the title.
apaga la luz y me voy. And then you hear Hugo Sanchez, golazo. And then that second one is way better too. But this one, Chicharito, Chicharito, Chicharito. Aquí viene atorrado. Hugo Sánchez right there, golazo. Apaga la luz y me voy. Golazo. Seeing this goal live. So I'm in the freaking close to the goal. I saw the shot. I saw the defender jump as the ball goes right through. This is the defender jumping. This is the goalpost. The ball goes through here like this, Tony. And I see the fucking net moving, and I'm like, holy shit! I lost my voice in this game. I lost my voice. I lost my shit. Look at that! Oh my god, dude!
Like,
Best goal
Probably
I've
the
ever seen live.
best.
Best goal I've ever seen live in my life.
best goal in this rivalry. Like, I
Yes.
put
yeah. No.
on either side. Like, put another goal next to it. I'll
this
wait.
is 100% the
I'll
best
wait.
goal in this rivalry ever.
I'll wait.
Ever.
I'll wait.
To this day. Like, wait. Like, oh my god, the celebrations. Like, this was the dagger. This was like, ya ganamos.
Yeah.
Ya ganamos.
Not quite World Cup revenge, but at least they could reclaim CONCACAF.
Back when
It felt good,
CONCACAF
though.
mattered
It
because
felt good.
CONCACAF
This was a confederation.
led to the Confederations Cup.
100%.
The Nations League doesn't. There's nothing at the end of it. Like,
Yeah.
like sure, you guys won a tournament of friendlies.
And I was so happy because at the time, Hector Reynoso was my favorite Chivas defender.
Mm-hmm.
And he got to play in this game. Because I forgot who got hurt. Marquez? Maybe Rafa Marquez?
Marcus.
Like, he got hurt, so they put in Hector Reynoso.
Donovan, lo and behold, was complimentary after.
Huh?
This was as dynamic a Mexico team as he'd ever faced, with game-changing new players.
Yeah.
Indeed, as
Chicharito?
our beef
Chicharito.
Pablo Barrera.
Barrera,
Efrain Juarez at the right back
Gio,
position. I think Efrain Juarez was still playing.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that was a really
Like,
good team.
dude,
Baseman neared his
Really good team.
30s, his relationship with Mexico seemed to
might
mellow.
have still been Osorio.
Donovan, for
Mhm.
instance,
Right back.
had nothing but positive things to say about the newest Mexican star, Chicharito. Donovan actually generated controversy by
Screen is
working
fully black
for
now.
the
It's
opponent,
been glitching.
starring
Oh,
in this
man.
commercial for the Mexican lottery that
It is
made
kinda
fun
lagging a
of his
bit.
status as a villain and also seemed kind of racist.
It-
Mexican
it's
fans still
super
had
racist.
plenty reason to
Yeah.
loathe Donovan, but with the notable exception of the above commercial, he was kind of done playing into it. Donovan's pro team, the LA Galaxy, had fixtures against Mexican clubs. Donovan was used to negative attention from those opposing fans. He called it ignorant.
Like, sí, esta compa se pasaba.
Do not condone any of the videos that are made, and so they played against Pachuca.
Mhm.
Hola hijos de puta.
Oh, hey.
Y pongo este video para reírme del marica de Landon Donovan.
So this is how charged. This guy isn't even Mexican. Like, he's Colombian, and he's just involved with the hatred of this one individual.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not
It's
his actual
Mexican
voice.
league, but still,
Like, it was
you hate Landon Donovan.
charged, and again, like, on both sides, right? Like, you look at that commercial that he did trying to come into Mexico. Like, you know what? It's funny. Like, I actually respected him for that. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
to have the balls to do that. Like, It was a different time. Same thing with here. Like, it's a
I
different
mean,
time. And
I mean,
different
he does
charge
that
stuff.
now. He gets
But
canceled.
beyond his control.
Anyway, he got canceled for
And he
having Mexico as
insisted
his
that
other
with
team.
the
Like,
yelling he got on the field, people were perfectly nice to him out on the street.
yeah.
The twilight of Donovan's national team career included some feats against Mexico. In 2012, he won at Estadio Azteca for the first time. And in 2013, he scored his final international goal at home in Columbus in a World Cup qualifying victory
I watched that game at
over
Buffalo Wild
Mexico
Wings.
by a score of 2-0.
Yeah.
Perfect. Around that time and later, Donovan's quotes regarding Mexico demonstrate respect, reflection, and even regret. He has described what he thinks he owes to Mexican and Central American players.
Mm-hmm.
I owe a lot of my success to the Mexican/Hispanic/Central American Latino culture because that's how I started playing with guys from all over the place, all over Central America. And it gave me my style, the way I play. And so I'm very grateful for that.
And you could tell,
In this
like,
interview,
his
Yeah.
comments, like, o sea, son cagapalos. Like, that's what, like, game respects game. Like, it's on both sides, and he learned it from people like us. So now he's giving it back to us. So we can't really complain about, like, oh, man, like this and that. Because
No, pero se
he
aguanta uno, se lleva
condemns
uno,
himself
¿no?
multiple
Like,
times.
I ran my mouth a lot, and I said a lot of stupid things, and I was very ignorant, and that caused a lot of probably hatred towards me. But I was a punk kid, and I said some really stupid things.
Although
Didn't we
this
all?
bit
didn't we all?
we know both of those people. And we've talked to those people, and they're both
Yeah.
our friends. I don't know about Landon after this, but hey. We mean this with
kinda
love,
sounds
Landon.
like that
Of
younger
course.
self.
It's frustrating because this has been their world for hundreds and hundreds of years. I mean, this is all they know. This is the sport they know. So
That's why it means so fucking much.
when we
Yeah.
show up and it doesn't mean as much to us in that way, and you still win, I think that bothers them.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
That's it. Like, that's it.
100%.
That's it. We care about it so
You don't think
goddamn
you
much.
know.
We know
You
it
know.
so goddamn much, and when they win it, and then like when they won the Nations League, like Gold Cup, like America doesn't care about it. Like,
Yeah, man, it sucks. And hopefully this
2017,
country
Donovan
does end up loving it, right?
said
So
he didn't appreciate the extent of the rivalry as a young man and regretted the lack of respect he showed. Donovan has even explained, with some visible chagrin, how he came to pee on a Mexican soccer field in 2004. Basically, the stadium was locked and he had nowhere else to go. By the way, this photo, that is not the 2004 incident. This is from another pee incident, and there are actually more than just two. This one actually happened while he
Hey.
if there's nowhere to go,
you gotta go and you
But
gotta
Landon
go,
Donovan
right?
is
Like
more
that's
mature now.
that's
As Landon
one of the
Donovan has
pros of being
transitioned from old guy
a man,
on club
right? Like,
teams to
being
arena
able to just
soccer
pee anywhere.
player to manager,
No,
he and his
women can
former
pee
Mexican
anywhere,
oh,
sir.
that's true. Okay,
Equality.
okay, yeah,
It's an
It's
You-
just
you know what I mean.
I feel like it's more
mutually
cumbersome.
respectful rivalry now.
yeah.
Granted, that exchange isn't always so straightforward. Donovan annoyed a lot of people when he publicly supported Mexico in the 2018 World Cup for a fucking Wells Fargo ad. That misstep notwithstanding, the rivalry settled a bit exiting the 2010s. More balance and much less bad blood.
Yeah.
But in the decade or two prior, that rivalry took a turn toward U.S. domination and toward open hostility. At the center of all that nastiness, dirtiness,
the boy.
and stinkiness,
The man.
you'd often find the same guy. Landon Donovan.
Is
helped
Landon the
make
all-time
a
leading
great
scorer for the
rivalry
US men's
into
national
a
team?
very grimy beef.
That's actually a good question.
As if he is. Chicharito's our all-time
Again,
leading
because
scorer.
like we don't like.
Who's better?
Oh, there goes our intro.
Whoa, hey,
There we go.
hey, hey.
Now, 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 now.
Who would you say in their prime was better, Chicharito or Landon?
Landon.
Different positions, really. Did Landon play in Manchester United and Real Madrid?
What Chicharito did at Manchester United could hardly be considered playing. He just fell.
Scoring so many goals?
He just
Fuck
fell
you.
in the right position.
Fuck you
in
for
the
that.
right
No,
position,
Chicharito,
in the
way
right
better than Landon
places.
Donovan.
Just happened to do it.
I get it.
against
I hate
Chelsea.
comparing different positions, but as all-time leading scorers, possibly, he's Landon. Yeah, Landon
Yeah,
is
57. Yeah,
tied
absolutely.
by with Clint Dempsey. Wow.
Yeah, oh, the boy. But yeah, so that's what we got to look forward to, Chiva. Landon Donovan is not playing on this Friday, but you do have, again, a World Cup qualifying match. This is actually something that counts. Now, if the U.S. wins this one, because it is at home again in Columbus, what does that mean for Mexico? You've lost to them 3 times in a row.
It questions whether Tata loses his job or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, how many times has Mexico fired a coach in World Cup qualifying? It happens all the time.
If Tata wins, he might get fired. Like, it's still
it happens all the freaking time for Mexico. And the question is, who do you bring in? Like, and who's available? Like, Matias, I hear Matias Almeida's leaving, but he's not going to Chivas.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I think you lose this. You kind of question that. There's some things Tata has done that I'm like, dude, bring in Acevedo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's killing it in the Mexican League. Why are we still calling the same dinosaur goalkeepers that we have? Like Ochoa, I give Ochoa. But Talavera and Corona and Cota or Orozco, whoever the fuck we have, like, give the young guy a chance. Even just to be in training with these players gives experience. Mike, I want to ask you, is it time to move on from these veteran players? Like Guerrera, Guardado, Hector Moreno.
One more World Cup.
For Guardado?
You're probably.
Do you start him?
Maybe not, but you need him there. Leadership. Because again, like World Cup.
You need Herrera and Guardado for leadership, both of them.
Yeah, because you're probably gonna start Herrera anyways.
I hope not, dude. Like, I hope not. I think it's time to move on. I've always been a fan of just having the best players out there, and Herrera's not the best player out there anymore. Yes, he plays for Atletico, but like, you don't need him out there anymore. You got promising players. Oh man, we gotta talk about this.
Yeah, so
we're gonna transition to the Viejo Continente.
So the Premier League also happened over the weekend. It's weird because like this week, like today, there's nothing going on. There's no games.
It's international break.
Nothing. You have basketball. You have people playing tackle football and Jokic.
Tackle football.
But yeah, so the Premier League happened, and there was the Manchester.
This game was at 5:30 in the morning.
And you told me you were gonna.
I got up at 5:40, saw it was 1-0, and I said, "Shit."
Did you really like just?
I was like, "Shit." So I started watching, and it was not pretty.
It wasn't, and you guys got
pretty, man.
Got destroyed.
Yes, 619 Soccer. Edson's next. Edson is our best player currently for Mexico.
Cool.
And I backed that up with a passion, like with heart.
So what's going on with Manchester United, bro? Like, you guys.
I don't know, bro. Like, it's Ole. Like,
but
he doesn't know what he's doing.
Ole in, boy. I heard it's all good in the neighborhood, boy. Like,
I don't
Cristiano
think so.
Ronaldo,
I don't think
buddies.
There's rumors that Cristiano might ask to leave if they don't qualify for the round of 16 Champions League, which I don't blame him for.
I mean, I don't blame him. I blame him for, actually, because like that's what he signed up for. That's what he wanted. That's what he did all this whole thing for.
I guess. But I mean, yeah, that's the problem right now. Like, Ole is the problem.
Yeah.
There's no other way around it. Like, you have the squad to do it. He's just not. There's no chemistry. There's no. Again, I'm a strong believer that the team plays not only the players play not only for the team and for the fans, but for your coach. Like they reflect the leadership that Ole has, and if this is poor performance of how they're playing, that reflects on Ole, and that means Ole is doing a bad job. Right? You lead by example, and right now Ole is not doing a good job for Manchester United, and he's on a time bomb, really, like, of when he's gonna get fired.
So I mean, still want to cite the fact that there's a lot of time left when it comes to the season.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, what are we? 10, 11, 12 games in? Yeah, 11 games in, like, out of 38. Well, okay, it's almost what, 1/4?
Yeah.
Shite.
And you guys are out of any type of European contention.
Okay,
you are
like 9 points.
9 points
That's
away.
not impossible to catch up.
It's not impossible to catch up, but you got to go through a couple of teams that
you go on a hot streak. You go on a hot streak, and Chelsea proved it last year. You go on a hot streak, and you become champions of Europe. Like, I think Man U's best chance is to make sure to get rid of Ole as soon as you can, as soon as they're able to and have a valid reason. They should have a valid reason already.
Who do you throw in? Conte's not available
Zidane?
anymore.
Zidane's the only option
Will
out there.
Zidane take it like mid-season like that though?
I think he would. Like you don't think he would coach Christy? He would go back with his best friend, Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo.
See.
No types of C in this game.
No types of C. A lot of no, especially with
So
Eric
many
Bailly.
no.
I mean, you have Maguire not out there, right? And you have Eric Bailly scoring you own goals. Doing the job for you.
Yeah,
And,
like
I mean, pobre vato. Like
coming
feel bad
from
for-
a game after like getting minutes and having a phenomenal game in Champions League, and then he has a pretty poor performance.
Just shits the bed.
And that's the thing, right? He's not consistent. He's never been a consistent center back. But when he plays great, he plays top levels defending, like straight up.
Man, like
I mean, De Gea was still pretty phenomenal.
yeah.
Like,
There's only so much you can do as a goalkeeper
absolutely.
when your team is absolute garbage in some points.
When your defense is absolute garbage.
And now you lost.
And now
Pogba.
Pogba is out 8 to 10 weeks.
Again,
So
you're
that's
saying-
fantastic.
Not like he was playing anyways.
Ole out. I'm not even a fan of Man U, but Ole out. Yeah, I
like
agree.
that.
I agree. So
like that.
Ole out.
But yeah, I mean, things got pretty out of hand. But then you can tell like the difference, right? Like in these two teams, like the way Manchester City just plays, controls the players that they have, the quality of the players that they have,
And it's a standard that they have based on their coach.
and it's a overall team, right? Like it's a unit. Like these people work as a unit, and anywhere you look, there's hardly a weakness in the team for Manchester City. You have great players, Bernardo Silva. You have Joao Cancelo on the back. You still have Kyle Walker, who does pretty good. John Stones.
Stoneman, oh, see.
So, I'll see.
Yeah, nah, bro. Like, this was bad. Like, man.
Ronaldo almost getting a couple in there, and that's the
And
thing.
that's what he does. Like, he's not going to always score. And the thing is, he's always going to give you that chance. But if everyone else doesn't step up, then what else can he do?
And again, that could have been a chance. They on the rebound, gives off his shin again. Like it was hard for anybody.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
get
it's
to all
just
that.
not a good performance for Manchester United. And so far, pretty shitty season so far for Man U, which is not what was expected or what
This was
we
at home,
wanted.
right?
Yes.
That was a really good stop by the Gea. But yeah, I mean, like it's hard to watch. Honestly, it's hard to watch.
As a Man U fan, like, this is the most exciting team we've had since Ferguson.
Sure. If yeah,
I mean, it's true. What was that noise? Is that me?
that was not me.
That wasn't me either. I think it was the
Nope.
chair.
That was not. I hope it's a chair.
But yeah, let's move on from this shitty fucking.
Anyways, Chelsea
like,
also
situation.
dropped points. They
Like,
tied.
man.
They tied this week.
So many talented players. I agree. Yes.
Tied against
On
Burnley,
paper, this team is great.
1-1.
Everyone dropped points.
Everybody dropped points.
Everyone
West
dropped
Ham,
points.
who's in
The
third
fact that
place.
Arsenal's on top of Man U now makes me a little depressed.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. That's pretty.
Like,
I think
man.
that's the standard, right? Like, looking forward after this international break, everybody comes back.
Oh,
in
you guys got
11
Leicester.
days. We got Leicester City, and then Manchester United have a toss-up, and I think this might be it. If you guys lose to Watford, and I could see Manchester United losing to Watford, it's done. It's a done deal for Ole. Like, pack it up, right?
Yes, 100%.
Right? Like, you have to.
100%.
Liverpool face Arsenal. That should be a good match. Man City's probably going to steamroll Everton, and Tottenham will probably lose 5-0 against Leeds. But yeah, that's as far as we have for soccer. Long soccer talk today. A lot of soccer.
A lot of Landon talk.
Lot of Landon.
Landon.
Hopefully we can
Have him
have
soon.
him on and talk to
Please,
him
Landon.
face to face
Please.
after just completely eviscerating him. Like, it's all good.
Kyle Landon, eres compa. Oh, it's time to roast the cowgirls. And this is what Sup Dude 48, friend of the pod, has been waiting for.
Waiting for it. Thank you, buddy.
It is time to torch them cowgirls. Can we start with them real quick? Can we start? I know we usually start picking, but the Cowboys got destroyed by the Broncos.
I mean, I'm down because, again, Dak Prescott comes back for that game, and you're like, all right, this is going to be finally, again, firing on all cylinders. You don't have, ¿cómo se llama este morro that came in for the Cowboys last week to fill in? Oh my God!
Oh,
It's,
the
it's
backup?
It's not Ben DiNucci anymore. It is. Oh my God! What is his name?
I forgot his name.
No, I know his name. Here, just look it up. Backup QB Cowboys. Cooper Rush. Such a
Cooper Rush.
such a
Cooper to
football
Cooper.
name. Coop. Anyway, so talking about the Cowboys, and we'll break it down a little bit. It's just a little bit of a teaser, but we'll go back all the way into Thursday night football. The Colts versus the Jets. Fantasy football. If you had Jonathan Taylor, it looked like he was going to break his leg in two and not going to come back for the rest of the season. It looked dicey. His knee went sideways. And guess what?
I had the Colts.
He came back and did something insane. So
Did you have the Colts in this one?
in this one, I also had the Colts.
Yeah, of course.
Colts, stop looking at it. You thought I didn't. And I wasn't
No,
being
I
honest.
know
That
you have the
hurts.
Colts. It's
That
Carson
hurts.
Wentz. That's your boy.
First name Carson, last name Wentz. So good job on him. The Jets almost made it a game. They resort to quarterback Josh Johnson after Mike White Lightning
He got
White.
hurt.
got hurt.
It was nice while it lasted.
Josh Johnson, fun fact, has played for 1,000 teams. One of those teams, San Diego Fleet.
Oh, man.
Uh,
Repping San Diego, baby.
All right, moving on to the Giants versus the Raiders. The Giants coming in. Saquon test positive.
Man.
He's out again. Kadarius Toney coming back into this game. Danny Dimes not doing very good, but at the end of the day, still managed to beat the Raiders, who are a dumpster fire.
I mean, they had a lot going on.
Or should I say a
before this
car
game.
fire?
Oh, my God. Here we go again.
It's not very positive for the Raiders. Everything going on and off the field is going wrong.
Yeah,
They are in
it's-
Vegas, and I think, you know,
I mean, I don't think
it's
they...
like somebody just pulled what's that term? When they pull the
The what?
from under you.
The rug? Pulled the rug under you?
I think that's what happened to the Raiders season.
It's not over. They're 5-3.
I mean, it's not over, but like it's not looking good.
I mean, they're probably gonna sign Odell Beckham.
Probably.
They
'Cause it's a
signed
waiver
Deshaun
situation.
Jackson.
Oh, watch out. Remember
Deep
when they,
threat. 'Cause
remember when
that's
they
what they use Henry
remember
Ruggs
when
for.
they signed Jordy Nelson?
That's what they use Henry Ruggs for, as a deep threat, and that's what Deshaun Jackson is. So
Raiders is what I chose for that one. You chose the
I chose
as
Raiders
well.
too. And,
All
yeah.
right. So going on to Falcons versus Saints.
You had the Falcons, huh?
I had the Falcons on that one.
Fuck,
Trevor
man, this
Siemian.
is such a close game.
Trevor Siemian not getting it done for the New Orleans Saints after
The receivers were dropping everything in this game.
Michael Thomas out for the season. Like I drafted him in so many leagues just to have him benched and waiting for the right time. He's out for the season.
Man, it was bad, man. Like the receivers could not catch shit for their life. So
The revelation
Ryan
of
had
the
a great
season,
game.
Cardell Patterson. Just a wildly
this guy
versatile.
plays everything.
Yeah, no, he does.
Everything.
Bill Belichick unlocked Cardell Patterson because he was a good player with the Vikings, but then he went to New England and just something changed.
Yeah.
So I chose the Falcons for that one. Fantastic.
Shit.
Then we have the Bills.
Oh man.
What the fuck, dude? 6'9". This is like
This
a baseball
is
game,
embarrassing.
bro.
This is embarrassing.
Josh Allen going up against Josh
All
Allen.
field goals in this game.
You know that,
That's-
right? The
yeah,
first,
Josh
like,
Allen.
it was-
The
Josh Allen
defensive
versus
player.
the Josh Allen Bowl.
He sacked him. He picked him. He fumbled.
Stripped him. Yep. It was.
I
not
had the
good.
Bills,
I mean,
and
we
so
all had
did
the Bills.
everybody, and
So,
that was bad.
first time that Urban Meyer wins NFL football game in America.
Yeah, in America. Yes, that is correct. Man.
Then we're gonna go over to the Browns. Browns versus
Oh
the Bengals.
man,
Oof.
they completely
Oof.
crapped on the Bengals. The Bengals went from Halloween being on top of their division to now being in last place.
That's spooky.
Man, the Bengals just look terrible. Joe Burrow throwing a pick six early in the game and then throwing so many picks in this game. Nick Chubb had the game of his career, probably. Like, this guy just looked like his old self.
He was catching everything, including COVID.
Oh, yeah, he caught man.
So that's the
But he's
situation
fully
we're in.
vaccinated, so he just needs 2 negative test results and he can play.
You know who's not fully vaccinated?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. The fuck, dude. But yeah, so I had the Bengals in that one.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people did. Man.
This was the week of upsets.
Yeah, man.
And I think you probably got this one, though, because Patriots-Panthers.
Yes, I had the Patriots.
I had the Panthers. God
Oh, man, I cannot believe you did. Okay, McCaffrey came back.
damn it. McCaffrey came back,
and
I
didn't
thought
do
it was
much. He
gonna
was
be
on
Sam
limited
Darnold.
snaps, and Sam Darnold is just complete garbage.
Garbage.
Like,
Trash.
Yeah.
Basura.
Oh, man. I'm so glad you picked the Panthers on this one. Mac Jones is looking pretty good.
Yeah, this is exactly
Like,
what
he's
they need
probably
him to
the
do.
best rookie, right? Out there right now.
Exactly what they need him to do.
I think it's between him or Jamar Chase for Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Looking at Broncos versus the Cowboys. 30 burger.
It was
16.
30-0 at one point.
It was 30-0, and then like they just took the gas off the accelerator, the foot off the gas, and I mean with a team with Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, respect Tony Pollard, Amari Cooper, you shouldn't be
CeeDee Lamb.
You shouldn't have to resort to Malik Turner.
The fact that Schultz was your leading receiver.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's pretty wild. I mean,
I had the Cowboys too,
and they let America down on that one.
Man, I don't know what's coming.
The Vikings versus the Ravens.
This was such a close game.
You chose the Vikings?
I went with the Vikings.
Oh,
and at one point, the Vikings had this game, man.
Yeah, they really did. And
this
Lamar
has been
Jackson,
their whole career, their whole season. It's close games and they can't finish.
That's the history of anybody who has Kirk Cousins, honestly, on their team. So you had Lamar Jackson, played a pretty decent game, did throw 2 picks, but at the end of the day, he got it done with 120 yards rushing as well.
I'm telling you, this guy's one of the best running backs in the league.
Can't deny it. Texans, Dolphins.
I had the Dolphins.
You had the Dolphins.
This
I also
was
had
the
the
1-7 bowl.
Yeah, 1-7 bowl with Tyrod Taylor coming back. Was
and
not
he
enough.
threw, like 4 picks?
Yeah.
Something like that. He threw so many picks. But yeah, the Texans are the worst team in the NFL right now.
100%. Oh, by the way, 2 Balls and a Mic is brought to you in part by Pep Boys. Do you want overpriced auto care? Pep Boys is right for you. And by condoms. You see that thing yelling at you every day of your life? Avoid that with condoms. And by sandwiches. Toast the buns with some mayonnaise for some great sandwiches. Sandwiches, proud sponsor of 2 Balls and a Mic.
Sandwiches.
The Eagles, the Birds,
Did
the
you
Bird
go Eagles?
Gang.
Did you go Eagles?
I did not go Eagles. I went Chargers just because that was the sane thing to do.
Yeah.
And
man,
I mean,
Chargers got
27-24, Eagles, my Birds almost got there, but just a little bit too much. The resurgence, the rebirth of Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's coming back.
Yeah. Mike Williams is not. It was nice while it lasted, I guess.
Chiefs, Packers.
The Packers would have won this game had Aaron Rodgers been there.
Yeah, 100%.
The Chiefs are terrible,
That's the
and this
MVP.
proves it.
Yeah.
Jordan Love was terrible
Garbage.
and still played way better than Mahomes.
Trash, basura.
But
Who'd you choose?
We both went Packers. I
Okay, just
believe.
making sure.
Yeah.
So, all right, sounds
Because
fantastic.
again, Aaron Rodgers didn't have COVID at that time, so
I mean, he kind of did. Just anyway,
he is immunized.
the Cardinals versus the 49ers.
You went Cardinals, right?
Who did you go?
Cardinals.
That's how it should have gone. That's how it went. Although Jimmy Garoppolo's coming back and playing pretty all right, fantasy wise.
Cardinals?
I did go Cardinals.
Fuck, man.
But yeah, so that's what we had. I think we went the same one here because you are a Rams fan. Titans.
Yeah, I think you
28-16. 28-16. Adrian Peterson,
Okay,
the old man.
so I mean, this game. Okay, the Rams had a terrible first half, and Stafford had a terrible first half, throwing a pick in the end zone, and they got it in the 5-yard line. Like, just take the safety, and then he throws a pick 6 right after that. Like, that kind of killed the game for a halftime. We stopped them in every other drive. Like,
didn't stop them where it mattered, Chiva.
we
So that's
didn't,
why they
but
went
I'm
up
not worried. I'm not worried. We're still the
28-16.
best team in the NFL.
Making Tannehill look like a god. The Rams lose that one to Tennessee. I chose the Rams.
I had
Unfortunately.
Tennessee.
We'll see. Come on. And the last one, we both went with the Steelers on Monday night,
Which
beating
means,
the Bears.
You win.
Which means that I win for this week.
Congrats. You won the shittiest of weeks. Any other given week, I win.
Because how much is that? You have 4?
I have 4. You have 2 now.
I have 2.
So those of you who don't know, every week, if we win, we get to call a push-up on the other person whenever, wherever we want.
Wherever.
Like, I could technically tell him, drop and give me one right now, but I won't.
All right. So since we have it hot and fresh out the kitchen, we're gonna go ahead and go into next week.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's just go into next week. Then we're gonna go ahead and do our
Mid-season tier list.
mid-season tier list,
Let's
and then
get
that'll
it.
be it. So we have Thursday night football: Ravens versus Dolphins. Ravens have to win this one. The Ravens have to win this
all
one.
the way in this one for sure.
And if they lose, it's just their inconsistency, and they're not going to do anything. Saints Titans. Saints just lost again. I don't know the status of who's gonna trace Simeon. Sure, all right. Titans, right?
I'm going Titans. The Saints are not convincing whatsoever, man.
You have the Bills versus the Jets.
The Bills struggle against shitty teams.
They play down to their competition.
Are the
Michael Carter's been playing pretty good as running back, depending on who plays.
I'm going Bills. There's no way you can't go against the Bills here. Who are you going with?
I'll go Bills too.
Miedito.
All right then, Lions Steelers. I'm going Steelers.
I'm
what
going
are you going?
Steelers. The Lions are terrible.
Maybe this is the game because again, the Steelers are another team that
I
play
don't
down to the
think so.
competition.
The Lions have not won a single game, right?
No.
So the Texans are not the worst team in the NFL.
Jaguars, Colts.
You know, I can see the Jaguars winning this one.
Yeah.
Will they? Absolutely not. I'm going Colts.
God damn it, boy! Stop.
Well, I'm sorry. These games are too easy to call right now.
I mean,
There's-
that's what
there's
that's
bound to be
that's
some-
literally
yeah,
what we both
I
said
know, I
last
know.
week. The Buccaneers versus the Washington football team. Come on.
You can't go against Tom Brady.
Come on.
You can't go against Tom
Tyler
Brady.
Heineke, Antonio Gibson,
I don't
Terry
know.
McLaurin.
They're not playing where they should be.
Come on.
not playing where they should
RG3.
This is the one where it might be different.
Pierre Garçon.
No.
Come on.
RG3 is still Browns Patriots. The
By the
Browns
way,
are
go
coming off
Bucks.
a great week, but will Chubb play?
No. Right
It's
now,
probably- he
right
probably
now,
won't.
right now, the Browns have one
Dearness
running
Johnson.
back.
And if you have him in
listed.
fantasy, congratulations, because he's about to pop off.
Congrats on winning this week. Pats.
Fuck you. I want to go Patriots too, because Chubbs isn't gonna play.
Okay. We're really gonna have the same picks this whole week.
I'm gonna go Browns,
You're gonna go Browns.
even though I think the Patriots are gonna take it.
All right. I mean, that's
Falcons,
your choice.
Cowboys.
Falcons, Cowboys. The awakening of Matt Ryan. Kyle
Is
Pitts.
it? Is it?
No Calvin Ridley.
Cowboys look terrible against the Broncos, but I think the Broncos have a better team than the Falcons. I'm going Cowboys.
I'm going with the Cows. Stupid Cows.
Cowgirls.
Then we're gonna go into Panthers.
Are you kidding me? Like, these are all gimmies, right? Like Cardinals.
Okay.
Cardinals. Like, there's no way they lose to the Panthers, right?
Hopefully.
Right.
not. I mean,
Right.
Vikings Chargers. This is a good one.
This is
can
gonna
go
be
actually
probably the
either way.
best game of the week. Man, I like the Vikings, and I'm really digging how they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
Can
But-
the Chargers close this out and be dominant?
Justin Herbert.
I'm
Austin
going.
Eckler?
I'm going Vikings again.
I'm going Chargers on there.
I'm going
I'm
Vikings.
going Chargers on that one. I don't trust them, but
Will Aaron Rodgers play in this gun? Russell Wilson's
Russell
back.
Wilson's gonna play. We have him in a fantasy league, so I switched him for Joe Burrow, who's on a bye and disappointed this week.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers cleared to play on Saturday. He's not able to practice all week, so. And I'm going Seahawks.
I'm going Packers. Packers have Seahawks number. It's gonna be a Hail Mary attempt again. Another Hail Mary to beat the Seahawks.
Okay.
We're gonna have Eagles Broncos. Blech. Eagles.
Oh man!
Let's go Birds.
Finally, you put the Eagles.
Let's go Birds.
You finally put the freaking Eagles.
Let's go Birds.
They're not that bad.
They're not.
They score.
They do sometimes.
The Broncos though against the
Broncos,
Cowboys.
Teddy Bridgewater, Jerry Jeudy.
I'm going.
No
I'm
offense.
going Broncos.
All right, Eagles. Caca. Then we have AFC West. Two teams that are just evenly matched. I don't know. Are they?
The Raiders are technically the better team.
They technically are, but that's when, they didn't have murderers on their team.
Oh shit, that's true.
Back when they
Well, I
didn't.
mean, okay, the Raiders are known to have like malosos in their team. So
Yeah, I mean, sure, bro, but, this dude literally murdered somebody.
I mean, so did
Who?
Hernandez for the Patriots. So
Hey, you stop that now, all right? One of the best, could have been the best tight end tandem of all time, along with Gronkowski at that year. All right?
this is a tough one.
Raiders versus Chiefs. Chiefs.
Who's at home?
Raiders. Chiefs.
I think so. Man, this is a tough one. Who are you going with?
Oh, the Chiefs. Chief Keef.
Didn't the Raiders already beat the Chiefs? No, right? No. The Chargers beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Raiders. Rams 49ers. Rams.
You know, somebody asked me, like, what's fall music? Like, there's Christmas music, and I think fall music is NFL, like, music. like,
I guess.
Yeah. I love it. Like, just...
I mean,
Lincoln.
fall you think Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving you think football, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I just think of that, like, robotic turkey that they always play.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Shout out to Fox. I'm going Rams. Are you going 49ers?
I'm going... No, I have to go Rams. You almost got me.
Point difference?
Point difference, because I got it last week, and I would have won it anyway. It had to been a tie.
I'm going 46.
I'm going 53.
That's pretty good. It's going to be a high-scoring game. I got
be a really
$10 in this
high-scoring
game with someone.
All right, well, that's what we have, at least for that point, but we're going to move on to where we
Let's
think...
make this
everybody
mid-season
else
tier
is.
list. At this point, you kind of know who's for reals. You kind of know who's absolute ass. So we're going to start with the Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks are not Super Bowl contenders. They are not
Middle
a playoff
of the
team,
pack.
and I think they are a
Middle of the pack, straight up.
100%. Maybe a wild card now that it's expanded, so
Yeah.
we'll see how that works out. All right, the Indianapolis Colts.
They're a playoff team right now. I think they're a playoff team.
They've been a playoff team. They just weren't firing on all cylinders. I finally think they
Absolutely.
figured it out, and I think they're going to be winning that AFC South division. The Steelers. Fuck, man.
They have been
They
winning.
have been. They have a really good team. Najee Harris is pretty goddamn
Najee Harris
good.
is so dope.
He's so good.
There's an interview from a guy from ESPN Deportes interviewing him.
That
And
dude
he's
is
like, do you
great.
know La Cucaracha? La Cucaracha. He's like, yeah, do you know El Tao Tao? El Tao Tao? El Tao 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 Tao? This guy's dope, man. That one right there. Najee Harris has no chill.
No.
El Mundo, El Chapo. Hey, I appreciate it's a good win, you know what I mean? We got hella Mexican fans, though. You
Yeah,
know
they
what I
do.
mean?
Yeah, they do.
Mucho gracias. Yeah, we got
Mucho
hella
gracias.
Mexican fans. So shout out to y'all, man. I want to come to Mexico, though, and I want to, you know what I mean? I
This
don't know,
guy's
have a little
dope.
fiesta, I guess. Perfecto?
Give me that shit.
Wait, I can say some more stuff. El Singro, Feliz Navidad.
Feliz
Navidad. All right, I'm out.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, all right.
Just one last question. You guys,
What was your question?
mucho corazón, a
lot of heart,
on this
yeah.
team.
Yes.
Tell me about that corazón of the Steelers.
I mean, I know the tradition here is, is just showing heart, and in the standards.
He fits in that Steelers team. Straight up.
A big win.
Seems like a good guy.
Some mistakes
He's
on our end, but,
such a dope guy.
I wish I could speak Spanish. It would sound so much better. But, us gutting it out and sticking it through, and just picking everybody up after their mistakes.
There was
That's what
an
the team's all about.
an
So,
interviewer that said that I guess he's sleeping on floors during college, and he's like, I was not sleeping on floors, I was sleeping on my bed.
Still. So I put the Steelers as a
Yeah, playoff
team.
team.
All right, the Atlanta Falcons suck.
They do suck. They're not that good.
San Francisco 49ers
Suck. They suck.
New York Jets.
Ass. They're ass.
They did. Okay.
They're ass.
The wins that they have are pretty cool, though. They
Yeah,
have-
but
All right.
okay.
The Buffalo
Suck.
Bills.
Suck.
The Buffalo Bills suck?
No, the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills suck, sir?
No, they're a playoff
That's what you
team.
want 'em to?
They're a playoff
Oh, I was
team.
about to say, man, you
They,
say suck.
they were contenders start of the season. Right now, they're a playoff team.
Yeah, Josh Allen's still in MVP contention along with Tom Brady, Kyle Murray, and Aaron Rodgers.
Cardinals are Super Bowl contenders.
Cardinals at this point are
They're
very
Super
much
Bowl
Super Bowl
contenders.
contenders that up there. The Eagles
Suck.
suck right now.
Yes.
Now with all these injuries, Alvin Kamara's still playing all right, but
Saints.
I put them at the middle of the pack.
Yeah, they are because they're so unpredictable. They
Yeah.
can win, they can lose any game.
Same thing.
Patriots,
They suck in comparison,
middle of the pack.
but I think they're middle of the pack too. Chargers
They're
have
a
potential.
playoff team. They're a playoff team
Very
for sure.
much potential. Middle of the pack, I'd say, for the Bengals.
Because
just
of the last couple games, right?
Yeah,
the
they-
last couple games, they haven't been very
They
good.
would have been a playoff team, like
Yeah.
no question.
Absolutely, man.
Um,
100%. The Bears suck.
Connor and who for Christian McCaffrey? Do we have Connor?
Do we have Connor?
Do we want to trade Christian McCaffrey?
Do we have?
We'll look at it right now.
I want to keep James Conner for this game. Because
Yeah.
Chase Edmonds not going to play. So
Then you have the Bears with Justin Fields.
suck. Bears suck.
Suck. What's
Cowboys?
the Bears' record, actually?
There are
4 and something.
3-8 standings. I think they're 3-8. Oh no, not 3-8. Like 3-6.
3 and 6, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's fine. They
Cowboys
stink.
playoff team, Super Bowl contenders. Playoff team, right?
Playoff team.
Playoff team.
Playoff team. If the Cowboys and the Cardinals play right now, I'll give it to the Cardinals.
The Dolphins,
Suck.
they suck.
God damn it. The Rams.
They're Super Bowl contenders. They're Super Bowl contenders, Tony. They're 7-2.
I would put them the highest possible.
They're
in
Super
the
Bowl contenders.
playoff
They are
team.
Super Bowl contenders.
Well, you can't have 2 NFC teams playing the Super Bowl. So you
But
gotta-
they're Super Bowl contenders. Both of those
Alright.
are Super Bowl contenders.
The Raiders. Wow.
Middle of the pack. Playoff team?
No.
Middle of the pack.
Yeah.
The Browns,
Same.
middle of the pack.
Absolutely.
They could have been a playoff team.
The Giants.
Suck. The ass? No, they've won the last 2 games, I think.
I mean, the Jets had a couple of. The Broncos.
Suck.
They kind of suck,
They kind of suck.
but they're kind of good. They started 3-0.
It was a false 3-0.
It
Who did they beat?
was.
They beat the Falcons, the Jets, and the Texans,
Jaguars?
or the Jaguars, something like that. They were not that good. They suck.
All right. The Buccaneers.
Super Bowl contenders?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So the,
The Lions.
So the NFC's winning it, is what I'm hearing.
I do think so, for sure. Ass.
Culo.
Ass.
The Jaguars. Culo.
Suck. So many bad teams this year,
They
man.
really are.
Washington sucks.
So far, Washington
Sucks.
Sucks.
The Vikings are middle of the pack.
They can be
They
playoff
can.
contention,
They have the
man, but
potential,
they're not
man.
there. Surprisingly, the Chiefs,
I think they suck, but they're middle of the pack.
they're middle of the pack. They do suck compared to what they have.
Yeah. The Ravens.
Baltimore,
Super
if we're
Bowl
talking,
contender?
if we're talking AFC,
they're Super Bowl contenders.
Super Bowl contenders.
They're the best team in the AFC right now, right?
But then again, like the Bills just lost 2, and there's no other. The closest thing is the Patriots down here.
No, the Titans. The Titans. We still got,
Oh, we
the
still
Titans
got the
coming
Titans.
back.
All right,
And
the
Packers.
Panthers suck.
Yeah, Panthers suck.
Um,
Titans playoff team, Super Bowl contenders. Playoff
yeah,
team.
Yeah.
Without Derrick Henry, who knows?
Right
they,
now.
they beat the
Right
Rams,
now.
so
Yeah, without
but they
Derrick
lost to
Henry.
the Jets.
Texans are the worst thing on the football
Yes.
field right now.
And the
Green Bay
Packers
Packers.
with Aaron Rodgers, without COVID, they're a playoff team. Contenders? Playoff team? Contenders?
I think they're Super Bowl contenders with this squad that they have.
Man, I think they're a
together.
playoff team.
Because that's the thing, right? Like
You got to put them up there, I guess,
yeah,
right?
they've been playoff contenders, and Super Bowl contenders for the past 2 years in a row.
So there's
They
just
get
one
stopped one
AFC
game
team. So
away.
what we're saying here is that the Ravens should go to the Super Bowl.
I think that's exactly what we're saying, Chiba, and I think that's how it's going to happen.
Heard it here first. Rams, Ravens, Super
Probably
Bowl.
not here first, but it's all good.
Wow, back-to-back Super Bowls where the home team gets to play in their stadium, like the Bucks last
Scripted.
year and the Rams this year. Wow, I love it. Love to hear that.
Scripted. All right, so that's our rankings of suches and all kinds of suchingtons and the suches of such, because the suchafords are very much suching the suchlings.
So is James Conner for real again?
I don't know.
Fantasy-wise?
Let's figure this out right now. So who do
Russell
we
Wilson
have?
still IR.
We got Russell Wilson because I fixed it a little bit.
Yeah.
James Conner's now our running back 1.
Michael Carter.
Michael
I mean,
Carter.
we have to, right?
We have
at this
to.
point.
DeAndre Hopkins, sure, serviceable.
Hopefully he plays.
Keenan Allen,
Yes.
cool would have him there.
Hawkinson's back.
Hawkinson,
Yes.
all right, I'm down. Melvin
Melvin
Gordon, as
he's
a
been playing
flex.
pretty good.
That's a flex. And then if Saquon ever decides to come back, sure. If
Antonio Gibson needs to have a good game
step
to
it up.
start it.
Julio Jones, all right, serviceable. And then
Corey
Brandon
Davis.
Cooks.
We might have to start dropping Corey Davis
Yeah.
soon.
So who do we pick up?
Who do we have available?
Harrison Butker, boy.
What do we
No
need?
offense,
A receiver?
Miles Sanders. When is Miles Sanders coming back?
I
Who
don't know.
dropped him? Interesting. There isn't a lot to choose from on this waiver
Oh,
wire.
Christian Kirk's on the bed there.
Yeah, dude, because we need to drop him because we need to figure something out with somebody else. I forgot.
Yeah, I mean, let's keep going down.
There's nothing.
Yeah, there's not much. Not much.
All right, so let's look at the standings because we are in contention once again. If we win this next week, we tie for second place in our division with Dejate la Paja Boludo and London Calling because we do play against London Calling, the dude that says he's from Britain, but I still don't believe.
I don't know.
And then on the other side, Infierno Demonios is kicking ass with How I Met Cap Your Mother. That's pretty tight.
So in this
division over there.
in this one, it's top 2 teams, right? Go to playoffs.
Yes.
Okay.
So shout out to everybody who's still in it. If you do win the 2 Balls Out of Mike League, you get a NFL jersey from NFL.com.
Mhm.
And yeah, other than that, I think we're pretty much
Some dude said, "Bro, my fantasy is better than you got your guys's."
probably, man.
Probably. Our team sucks. But
Thanks to everybody.
thank you guys for watching, listening. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and I know sometimes there's some blanks, and that's because we're watching something. So
Absolutely.
you should definitely check us out on YouTube as well. But I mean, again, shout out to Tacos El Vaquero,
Mhm.
and I think Tony has to go take a piss. So
Absolutely.
thank you for everyone for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Laters.
Bye.